Hey there, Andy Whitehead here from recruitmentmarketinginternational.com. We help launch, grow and scale existing recruitment search businesses, and we also help launch recruitment businesses. So if you start a business, you need help, come to us. If you're looking to break 7 figures as a solopreneur or a team of 5, 10, you know where we are. So why do recruitment or search businesses fail? Well, over a decade of experience in people come to us, and it's been the owner who has maybe been in a bad partnership and they've been let down by a bad partner and then need to start again. It's the person who's been working for the man and they've said, you know what, screw this, I'm going to start my own business. Or it's the business that has been doing 2 million but with a team of 20 people, and for all that stress they're taking home a dividend of 100, 200k for all that headache. So what have I seen over this decade of working with recruitment and search business owners? 3 reasons why businesses fail in recruitment and search. Number 1, they fail. They shut. Now, I've not worked per se with businesses that are going through that shutting procedure. However, I have had owners of previous businesses come to me who have been through a shutting period and need to go through a gardening period, or they need to be setting up maybe under the radar for a period of months before they can actually go to the open market. So number 1, the business actually fails. So pretty obvious. So why do business fail? They fail. So why does that happen? Well, ultimately, it's a business. So why are you in business? So if I ask you why you're in business, often I will get told, Andy, I want to change the lives of candidates, or I want to contribute to the extension of human nature, or no, you don't. You started your business, number 1, to make more money, and number 2, for freedom. And that happens every time. If we pull the skin back, every time. Now, there might be a number 3 underneath that, which is you genuinely want to help man and help other people. You know, I left the corporate world and I did mentoring with a child for a year. Only on the weekend, but for a year. And I understand about the entire giving something back thing. You know, I really get that. However, you're a business owner, so let's take the elephant out of the room, strip it away. You're in business to make more money, and don't ever forget that. If you forget that, you won't have a business. So if you genuinely want to help bring on board more nursery teachers or a higher level of teachers into schools, if that's your niche, you need to be in business, and you're only going to be in business if your profit is the level you need it to be. So if you start to have a loss against your revenue, you're not going to be in business. So never forget, you're in business to make money. It's not just to make money. I say, when I left the corporate world, I had a number of years deep in investment banking, then in media. Right from the start, the internet started in 1995. My first role was in Nomura, Japanese investment bank, in 1996. The internet as we know it is what I mean. So I was on the forefront of this, but no one really knew what it was. We were just learning as we went in those days in investment banking. The same with media. So as these things evolved, and I made a decision to leave the corporate world, I built a property portfolio. I was away from home, and one day I said, right, I'm going to screw this. I'm done. And I was on a crazy daily rate for a young man, but I'm not happy. What did I do? I had a property portfolio, and I mentor kids. I want to give something back. So I get that. However, you can only help people if you're in business. So I'm not saying business is about being a complete mercenary. Far from it. Because if you're past the age of 30, you probably want to start giving something back. If you're past the age of 40, which I am unfortunately, you definitely want to give something back, and you get a bigger kick from other people achieving than you do. And when you've got kids, it becomes even higher. So number 1, it fails because you're not earning enough profit. Not revenue, profit. Number 2, failure. Now, these are my definitions of what I've seen over the years. So number 1, the business goes out of business. We've not got enough money. Number 2, failure is you've got a job. Now, that acronym we see on Instagram posts and whatever else of job, just over broke. In far from the truth. But in recruitment, you can be earning, I've seen the glass ceiling of around about 300k. So a one-man business will reach about 300k, and then they might have a year over it and a year under it. But that is the general ceiling I've seen over the years for a one-man business in recruitment. And at that point, some people, I spoke to a really cool guy last week who deals in the legal space in the UK. Really, really cool guy. And what I loved about him was he's at that point, 250, 300, 350 some years, and it's just him and his sister. And he enjoys his life. I just got back from the gym. It was just gone midday. I think it's 1 o'clock we spoke. In the afternoon, he's going to play tennis. He's working like 4 or 5 hours a day. We come from the same place. When I left the corporate world, I decided I'm going to enjoy my life. The plan was to go and live in Thailand, work from my laptop in Chiang Mai, which was the digital space at the time. But of course, you meet someone, you get married, and all the good things that follow. However, when you get to that place of we've reached a glass ceiling, and then maybe you're working 8 hours a day, or maybe get into a recession, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and you're working your socks off, and basically your bills are being covered by your business, but you're forever on your phone checking, and you're not growing by whatever. I expect the business to double every year, up to a certain point, up to the early millions. However, this mindset of I've got a business that brings in 150k, 300k, whatever the number's going to be, but I'm working 12 hours a day, we've really got a job. And to me, as an entrepreneur, and why I made the jump from a daily rate, which would have covered that just by doing my days per year and then some, that isn't what we started this business for, and it isn't why you started either, and you know it. So the second failure is we've got a job. We've got a job. The third failure is we've got this drive, and we become a recruitment entrepreneur, and we've got this drive, and we want to go from startup to 200k, then from 200k to 400k, 400 to a million. So we got this goal, and we high five our spouse on New Year's Eve. This is going to be our year. Then it doesn't happen. And so we set a great plan in place, and we get all excited. Then we go back to the dark days, and we start taking shitty action, and we start going to networking events, and we send out sporadic LinkedIn emails, and we just hit and hope, or post and pray, as someone told me recently. And we just hope. And we post a job on an ad board where the bottom 10% of candidates will apply. So we might get a candidate, and we send across the less than adequate candidate to the client. Client somehow manages to take that candidate on board. We get paid our fee. Shit, we covered our bills for another month. Phew, everything's cool. No, that client's going to think you're crap. You've given them a candidate who's shit. That's the reality. Skills-wise, that candidate, 99.9% of the time, is not going to be the candidate who can fill that role as best as the top 3% of candidates. So you're not going to get repeat business. You won't get an increased fee. You won't get retained business. You won't get a name, etc., etc. So what happens is we make all this effort, but then we reach this ceiling. We reach the ceiling. And then, depending on who we are, we reach the ceiling. We do one of two things. One is we go, I'm at the ceiling, and it's okay. But then the economy decides to kill us. We get complacent. And if you learn nothing from COVID, do not be complacent. If you are now making hay, you damn well make sure you 10x that hay right now. You are crazy not to think that way. If you're at a place where, yeah, things are okay, it's been okay now, if you learn nothing from COVID, there's going to be these ups and downs, and the economy is going to pinch us, recessions will get longer, and the up spike will be shorter, but maybe more aggressive, depending on the niche. Again, I did a video on these niches a couple of years ago, and did another one more recently. But these glass ceilings, we need to break through them. So the third point of failure is this glass ceiling, and we accept this is where we're at, and I'm happy at this. So there are three failures. Number one is we run out of money. Number two is we've really got a job. And deep down, you won't ever tell your spouse or your friends at the bar, or when you go out and you see your mates and you're playing football with them, whatever you're doing, you may act like, yeah, I'm the entrepreneur, the tough entrepreneur. I love being my own man. But you're actually killing yourself doing 4 hours more per day you did with the job, and you're earning 50 grand more per year, which you're taxed on heavily. And you're thinking deep down it wasn't worth it. That's the second failure. And the third is the glass ceiling. And that glass ceiling, it will kill you. It will kill you with inflation, it will kill you with competition, and it will kill you with the economy. And if you've not learned that time is the biggest killer in the world, time is going to kill you. So those are the three failures I've seen over the years on why recruitment search business is shut. Now, all three of those may or may not end with the business shutting. The first one, the business shuts. The second one, the person shuts down. They've accepted they're in a job and they've got regret about leaving. The dream didn't work. And the third is almost complacency. I'm at this glass ceiling. And then the economy will kill you. The competition will kill you. You're not looking for new solutions. Innovation will kill you. People like me, mentoring people, will kill you. Those are the three killers of recruitment search businesses. So with that said, all three can be fixed. As a wise man told me many, many years ago, everything is fixable as long as you are willing to fix it. With that said, Andy Whitehead, recruitmentmarketinginternational.com. We have launched, grow and scale recruitment search businesses. We usually work with solopreneurs or those size one person to 5 people looking to break 250k, 500k, 750, a million, 2 million, etc. And also bigger business looking to actually use real automation, not just use new shiny objects, and hugely increase your profit with a much reduced team of often 78% reduced size. So with that said, you can find us at recruitmentmarketinginternational.com. If you click on Meet, if these things hit a point with you, they hit some note inside and you want help and you're coachable and you're ready to take action, I'll work with you if we're a fit, and I base it on 3 factors. I'll work with you and we can make this happen. So recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/meet and fill out the questions, book a time, we'll move from there. With that said, take care, stay strong.